on. So, 今日は午後1時に起きます。Right? Okay. 学校で日本語を勉強します。私は9時ごろ家に帰ります。10時にテレビゲームをします。Notice that when you spell game, it's game, not game.
Okay. I had no idea. It's just
And then 今晩11時に寝ます。That works. And note that phrases like 11時, you can now write them this way. Okay? And since we've got the kanji for those kinds of phrases, my expectation is that on the chapter tests, you'll actually be writing those things in kanji. So things like phone numbers, prices, clock times are all expected to be in kanji from now on because that's what we're learning this chapter. And every chapter as we learn more kanji, the expectation is that you incorporate those kanji into the way you write Japanese all the time. And you just keep building and, as you go further and further along, you keep incorporating more and more kanji into how you write Japanese. That's how Japanese kids learn it. And it's much more sensible to do it little by little like this, incorporate those 15 that we learned this chapter now, and then next chapter we'll incorporate 14 more kanji. And then the next chapter we'll incorporate about 14 more kanji. It's much easier to do it that way than to wait and some future date try to suddenly start incorporating a couple hundred kanji into how you write the language, right? It's much easier if you do it gradually like the Japanese kids do. And they learn probably, I'd say 2 or 3 dozen kanji in first grade alone, but not all at once. They learn, a couple this week and a couple next week and a couple the week after that, and they incorporate them gradually as they go.
How long is a school term in Japan in general?
I don't remember the start and end dates, but I know that school starts in April in Japan, and they go most of the year. They get about a month off in the summer. They get a couple weeks off around Christmas, New Year time, and they get, I think, a 2-week break in March before the start of the new school year in April. So like the second half of March, they usually get off.
So they have like a month hole in the schedule for summer, essentially?
Yeah, they have about a month, but they're not off the hook because they actually get homework that is supposed to be about a page a day of, worksheet or whatever per subject, per weekday for the homework, for the break. So like if you, maybe like a 1-page worksheet for math and a 1-page worksheet for science and a 1-page worksheet for Japanese per weekday. And if they actually would do it a little by little like that throughout the month that they get off in the summertime, they'd be fine. But what most kids do, because they're kids, is they procrastinate, and then the week before they're supposed to go back to school, they're scrambling to get a huge stack of homework done all at once, because they've got like 20 worksheets per chapter, or per subject rather, which if you've got like 6 subjects, that's over 100 pages of homework that you're trying to cram in. It's Sunday night and I didn't finish it yet, How many people have done that? Yeah.
Giant research project due the next day. Stay up till 2 doing it.
Yeah, so most Japanese kids, they're still human, so they do the same thing.
Don't they have school on Saturdays too?
They used to. I think they're starting to phase that out. I think last I heard, a lot of schools had gone to every other Saturday and only half day. So it would be like Saturday morning, every other Saturday, they would have to go to school and have some of their classes. But it's been phasing out gradually. I don't know how much, but they still go to school a lot more days per year than American kids, if you really compare it, because they just get fewer holidays than we do and shorter ones. They get a month for summer. American kids get 2 months plus for summer. You know, and they don't get a Thanksgiving break. I think they might get a couple of days off somewhere in the fall as a fall break, and then they get a little bit of a winter break that's only a week or two, and then they get the spring break is the only break they get that they don't usually have homework during, because it's the break between school years.
I still have summer homework.
Yeah.
Even though it's technically illegal.
I actually heard on a documentary type thing that Japan has like the highest number of nationally recognized holidays in the developed world. However, most of them are not recognized vacation holidays or ones that
Right.
are commonly observed.
Yeah, they've got a lot of holidays that aren't necessarily days off. They're just, oh, there's a celebration today, but you gotta go to school first, and you can celebrate after. You know?
Like, let's live it at school.
Yeah, there are a lot of days where they just don't get off, and workers the same. Like, it's a big deal that in May, there's like a week where 4 out of the 5 work days usually end up being holidays, depending on how things fall. Sometimes it's all in 1 week, sometimes it's like 2 days off in 1 week and 2 or 3 days off the following week. But they call it Golden Week because most people take a 7-day break then, even though there might be 1 day that's technically really a work day then, they'll just take that 1 day as a vacation day.
Is that
and then-
even like the service industry?
No. If you're in service industry, you're probably working that week because all the shops want to stay open to take advantage of all the people who want to go shopping because they've got the week off.
Basically,
But,
what everyone does for Thanksgiving break at school.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 days in school days, so everyone's just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
So anyway, let's move on because I want us to get to something else tonight too. So, okay, こんばんは。6時に晩ご飯を食べます。土曜日に図書館に行きます。日曜日は12時に起きます。はい。私は週末テレビゲーム、I assume
Yes.
ゲームのI think they meant テストに
Oh, so-
テストにをします。はい。ゲームのテストにI think that one actually would go in the other order. I think you would put the proper name of the game
Okay.
first. テストにのテレビゲームをします。
Very good.
Yeah, there's actually a different phrase that's more appropriate there that we haven't learned yet, so
Okay.
we'll leave it alone for now. But 土曜日にサッカーをします。日曜日に映画をします。You're gonna do a movie?
No, watch a movie.
はい、so 映画を見ます。
I had it right on the paper, it's just,
You forgot it, yeah, you copied it wrong. Okay. Okay, let's look at these guys. Okay. 今日は3時頃喫茶店へ行きます。3時半にコーヒーを飲みます。6時頃家に帰ります。はい。私は毎日6時に起きます。10時に大学へ行きます。6時に家で帰ります。You're returning by means of a house. Okay, sounds like we're in Kansas again. We're traveling to Oz by means of house? No, what particle should it be? Instead of uchi de kairimasu, it should be uchi ni or uchi e kairimasu. okay? Because
Oh,
you're
okay.
traveling to the house, not traveling in the house as a means of transportation. Make sense? If you actually live in your RV, it's not just a vehicle, but it's your actual permanent home, then uchide ikimasu could possibly be a sentence.
So I'm
But,
pretty sure they use RV or for,
yeah, I'm sure they would probably say avi or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna do that one last because I can't reach. 今日は図書館で勉強します。今晩うちで晩ご飯を食べます。午前12時頃寝ます。Okay, that works. Just a little note, commas in Japanese usually go the other direction. Yeah, it's not something you would know unless you've seen a lot of type. Okay, so 今日は4時半に日本語のクラスを行きます。What particle should it be there?
Right, my bad. Me.
Yeah, クラスに行きます。Okay, and of course 4時, the 4時 part of 4時半 should be in kanji.
Yes,
Yeah.
my bad.
Okay, so, and then 明日は日本語の本を勉強します。日曜日も日本語の本を勉強します。That works. Okay, any questions about grammar in general based on what we've been doing in this chapter? Does everybody get what you're supposed to do with the particles? Even if you sometimes make mistakes, do you understand the mistake and how to fix it? Okay, because it's normal to still be making mistakes with them, but I want you to understand the concept so that when you catch it, you can fix it. Or if somebody else catches it, you can still fix it for yourself. Okay. Shoot, I forgot to make more photocopies of this, so let me see how many of these I actually have. You may need to let people share. Yeah. I think I have any more of these left. Oh, there's one more. Some of these, okay. The ones on here, some of them are going to be a little bit different, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay, we've got 8 people here. We've got 5 sheets, plus we've got some cut up ones from when I had a different idea of how to do the activity.
Is this a take-home assignment?
No, this is a do it in class
Oh.
and talk to each other assignment. So the idea here is for you to take one of these sheets and see if you can come up with how you're going to ask people these questions. And then, basically you're trying to find people who are gonna say yes or no based on what the question is. So for example, if you're trying to find somebody who reads books often, you could ask people, Hono yomimasu ka? Right? And then somebody who says, Hai, yoku yomimasu, you write their name down. If somebody says, Iie, amari yomimasen, you don't write their name down. Get it? And then if it's something like doesn't eat meat, then you ask somebody, Niku o tabemasu ka? And you keep asking until you find somebody who says, Iie, amari niku o tabemasen, or zenzen niku o tabemasen. Make sense? So that's what we're aiming for here. So here's my suggestion. Since we're a few short, who wants to work with a partner and kind of...
I can take a
How-
photo of it.
Oh, you want to take a photo of it and work
Yeah.
from that? Okay.
Yeah, that should work for you.
Anybody else want to take a photo of it? Okay, here. Oh yeah, you've got a tablet. That'll make it much easier. Yeah. Okay, so then you can share that one with somebody who doesn't need it. Who doesn't need it. Okay, and then I think we might have enough
I don't wanna
copies.
waste
to
data.
kind of-
Oh my god.
Okay,
Fine, it's fine.
do we have one more person who
Oh, I
can
took a sideways
take a
photo.
picture?
I left my phone in the car.
Oh,
I will take a picture.
okay. And this one has my notes on it because I was gonna fix some typos and things. Okay, so can you pass that one to somebody who doesn't have it? Oh, there, Brenda. Okay, so I think we've got enough to go around now. So if you took a picture of it, you can write your own notes down.
Do you still need one?
I think we're good now.
Okay, so I didn't need to take a picture.
Don't worry about it.
We ran out of
Okay.
paper.
You can write on that, because what I'm gonna do is find it in my computer and reprint new ones. If you can give me that copy back, since it's got my notes on it, you can write on it if you want.
I'll just take that one.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the picture.
Oh, you got the picture, okay. I'll keep this one so that I have my notes about how I wanna fix some of these for the future.
So would it be like, Minasa,
No, I don't think
Minasan is
Midtown
every,
plays soccer. I was
Excuse me,
gonna
is
ask the
everyone,
question
right?
myself,
Yeah.
but-
so like Minasan, Darega,
Well, here's the deal, okay, guys? So first, if you need to kind of read through this, see if you need to take some time to figure out how to ask some of these questions. The idea is to kind of go around
oh, each person.
and talk to different people until you find somebody who fits that particular thing, and then you jot their name down in the box or on your scratch paper, and then you look for somebody who fits the next thing. So like, you might ask, and some people talk to one person for a while until they get them to say yes to at least one thing, and then they move on to the next person and ask them a bunch of questions. Or some people just keep asking like, Nanji ni okimasu ka? What time do you wake up? Until they get somebody who says, Shichiji ni okimasu, and then they put that name down. And then they go on to the next question, Mainichi asagon o tabemasu ka? And then, they keep going with that one question until they find somebody who says yes to it. So you can do it that way, or you can do it where you hang out and talk to the one person for a while until you can get some yes answers to a couple of things and then go on. It doesn't really matter to me, but the idea is to actually get up and walk around and interact with different people and talk to them in Japanese.
If I was to ask everyone, though, it would be like Minasan, Darega, Shichiji, or goes
Yeah.
in Shichiji, and then ni, and then just
Okimasu.
Okimasu. Just that's it. Just
Yeah.
to ask. everyone.
Darega, yeah.
That's easy. Okay.
Right?
You want it like one for each one?
Yeah, what about
Will return.
Oh, stop.
Okay, okay, there,
Oh,
guys,
Bob.
Moichido, I've got a couple changes to make because there are a couple on here that are not really correct. Will return to Japan, let's change that to will go to Japan, because return implies that you're from there originally and there's nobody Japanese in this room, so that one doesn't work. The other one that I want to tweak is the one that says gets up early on Sundays. Put a clock time on it, like 6 a.m. or something, because we don't know how to. Yo. 毎日6時に起きます because of my kids. 子供たちは毎日6時に起きます Mommy, can I come in your bed? 6時毎日So, yeah, so gets up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever time you want to put on it, instead of gets up early, because we haven't actually learned how to ask the question, do you get up early on Sundays? But what you could do is ask, what time do you get up on Sundays? And when you find somebody who gets up pretty early, put them down. That's another way to do that one. Ask it as an open-ended question, Nanji ni okimasu ka? Nichiyogi ni nanji ni okimasu ka? And then when you find somebody who tells you sometime earlier than 10, say,
So,
then you put them down. Make sense?
So,
Nico,
Yeah, listen.
Alaska?
Oh.
I think I'm thinking too much.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
I'm gonna,
You know, how about-
Why?
A selling point or advertising point or anything. I mean, kind of yes.